Good afternoon, everyone. In fact, I just realized, yesterday night when I landed over here that the last event where I participated was exactly in Goa, which was, of course, before COVID. And when I was looking at my photograph, I just realized that how much I have aged. This is before COVID, and now this is, after COVID. Okay. So, and we'll also talk about cloud. I'm sure, today onwards, most of the conversations will be around cloud. And we promise that we will also talk about cloud, whether you like it or not. But I will try, or we will rather try to make it as interesting as possible. So why we are here today? Right. So what we're going to do is we are going to announce a very important partnership between Sify Technologies and HP Enterprise. And I'm sure you know both the organizations, right? We are there in the industry for a very, very long time. We survived various twists and turns in the industry. And more importantly, I think we are more relevant individually and collectively than ever. So we're going to make an very interesting partnership announcement over here. So I'm not here going to preach you about the technology of cloud or what all we have done about cloud, but we'll more talk about why this partnership. So we have been running cloud business, or we have been engaged with our customers for the last more than a decade around cloud and the associated areas. We have also seen the hyperscalers, the likes of AWS, Google, Azure, even Oracle, if you can call them hyperscaler. They have come to the market, they come to India, they are setting up their own cloud data centers in India. And incidentally, we as a data center hosting provider, at least 3 out of these 4 cloud providers, their data center actually operate out of our data center, right? And there is no second thought about the fact that they have played a very significant role in expanding the adoption of cloud in India. At the same time, what we have also felt that the cloud adoption itself has taken various types of steps, and there are distinctively 4 cloud sentiments which are there in the customer's mind. And if you don't mind, I can use certain adjectives around that. So we found customers who are cloud ready, like their businesses run on cloud. We have seen customer sentiments which we can say these are cloud friendly. They have been friendly towards adoption of cloud, and certain customers were cloud skeptical. So they heard about cloud. I'm talking about pre-COVID, but they are not very sure, whether they will move to cloud, how much they can move to cloud. And there are certain customers who are cloud hostile. Please don't get upset by this, adjective. Maybe they didn't find enough reason to move to cloud, or they thought, they are better off being on-premise or being hosted in a data center, right? However, all these things has completely changed when the COVID had hit us, right? And all of us have seen, there is no need to elaborate on that. Now, post-COVID, when we started meeting our customers, when we started interacting, with multiple stakeholders at the customer account, be it the CIO or the CTO or the CDO or the CEO and even the CFO, out of no choice, organizations have moved to cloud which are available on tap. However, today, what we are hearing more is about, was it a right decision to move everything to hyperscaler, say, for example, okay? So there was a growing sentiment in the market also that cloud means public cloud and cloud means hyperscaler cloud. And of course, the sentiment of hybrid cloud was also growing strong. So today, this partnership is about giving you choices and flexibility to rightly choose your cloud platform. You must adopt cloud, but what cloud, right? Not that everything will run best on a hyperscale provider. Everything will run best at the desired level of cost on a hyperscale, cloud platform. Now, trust me, we are not competing against hyperscalers. We are just wanting to complement, for the need of the customer, along with the hyperscalers. Because as I have just mentioned to you a few minutes back, that we not only host hyperscalers, we also partner with hyperscalers to integrate and to offer a holistic solution to our customer. Now, what we are trying to do, Cloud Infinite was always there. In fact, our first Cloud Infinite platform was run on HP's compute platform, or we use that compute technologies. But today, we are enhancing the Cloud Infinite platform by partnering with HP for their GreenLake solution and calling it Cloud Infinite Plus. So our objective is to provide you agility, flexibility, and choices, and give you enough choices so that you can choose the right home for each of your application instead of moving fully to one cloud, and let me call it hyperscale cloud, and not necessarily everything will run the best on hyperscale cloud at a predictable cost. So that is the whole objective. So those customers who have already adopted cloud, I think it's a time for them to recalibrate their cloud strategy, because I have met nothing less than 15 to 20 CFOs in the last 9 months, and they are seriously talking about, because when they have gone to the cloud and when they are really seeing their cost, that have we done the right thing in moving those workloads to hyperscale cloud, or can we bring it back? And today we are engaged in very active conversation that why don't you give us alternative? It has to be cloud, but which is not hyperscale. And when my previous presenter was presenting, something which caught my attention was Anthos. The very fact that Google has come out with something called Anthos is a proof point that there will be multiple cloud, and even if it's multiple cloud, all cloud will not be hyperscaler. Okay, and the so-called definition of hybrid cloud is not exactly a public cloud and a private cloud. The way I would like to define a hybrid cloud or a multi-cloud is about hyperscale and non-hyperscale, right? And of course, the non-hyperscale will have multiple flavors of that. So, so one perspective is that you need to choose your right residence for the right application. Hybrid model will always be there, and I think all of us are aware that the world is moving the hybrid way. But what is more important is that you have to achieve over a period of time everything at a predictable cost. Your CFO is not going to like it. I can guarantee you that, because when I hear them, everybody gets excited by innovation, everybody gets excited by the speed, but there will be a time which will come where the cost factor will come out, right? So through this partnership, what we are bringing on the table for our customers is the power of private, public, and hybrid in one platform. So this is the joint commitment from Sify and HP Enterprise to bring the power of private, public, and hybrid in one platform. And with a view to providing you providing you choices for running production, innovation, and scalability at a predictable cost. So you might be hearing me, mentioning about cost multiple times. If you talk to your CFO, I'm sure, when you make your budget for the year, I mean, you need to make a budget. And if you don't know your cost, how do you make your budget? One of the leading banks in India, when I was talking to their CEO, MD and CEO, just the previous month, he was telling me that, look, we went for one of the hyperscale provider platform. What was supposed to be spent in 3 years got spent in 1 year. Now that's the good news as well as the bad news. The good news is that their business has expanded, but the bad news is that whatever was budgeted in 3 years, it got spent in 1 year. Okay, I don't think anybody would like to hit that kind of situation. So I would hand over the mic now to my friend Nilotpal to little deep dive on that.
Yeah, thanks, Kamal. First, let me clarify. I'm not as serious as this photograph is making me look like. and I wouldn't have wanted this to be flashed in Goa, for sure. Some of it, what I'm going to say is Kamal has already said. And while it may sound repetitive, the intent clearly is to re-emphasize on certain points. As you are aware, we've been servicing customers in India for almost 4 decades now. And half of that I have been in this company. Many critical workloads run on our platform, on HPE platform. If I look at SAP workload, almost 70% of large enterprises in India use HP infrastructure to run their SAP workloads. If I look at core banking, again, a large number of banks run their core banking application on our platform. Similarly, for a lot of other applications, the number will not be vastly different. And hence, because of our deep association with customers like you, we have a fair understanding as to what are application requirements vis-a-vis infrastructure, the level of optimization required, performance requirement, when you contextualize the whole landscape. I just want to make another point here. There are 3 things that we've been saying for the last few years. One, the world will be hybrid. And I think we said world will be hybrid even when the, so to say, public cloud actually took its wings. So we could see that. Second, we said the world will be multi-cloud. And third, we have always maintained that cloud is more of an experience and not destination. So when we say world will be hybrid, the clear understanding is that there are certain customers who would want to keep their workloads on-prem for a variety of reasons. It could be security, it could be the way your peripheral applications are structured, compliance, latency, so on and so forth. And there will be certain things on public cloud, again for a variety of reasons. You need consumption, you need agility, you need flexibility, and at times also for operational reasons. For instance, you may want to de-risk dependence on your own data center. You may want somebody else to manage it, manage it everything as a service, so on and so forth. When we say multi-cloud, again, it is very clearly we have maintained that there will be room for private cloud and there will be room for public cloud. And I have been doing this, like Giri mentioned, for last 9 months, GreenLake Cloud Services. And now we have close to 100 customers in India. And I think yesterday we announced Bokaro Steel Plant migrating their entire SAP workload onto GreenLake platform, but in an on-premise way. So we have maintained that your landscape will look like you will have private cloud, maybe more than one, and you will have multiple public clouds, and a lot of your SaaS adoption will anyway drive the whole thing in a multi-cloud environment. Now, when we meet customers and when you get deeper and analyze application vis-a-vis your infrastructure requirement, you will very clearly understand that all your applications don't need hyperscale. You need public cloud, but you don't need hyperscale. And that is exactly what we are trying to address with Sify. This partnership will address all requirements where you need public cloud, but you don't need hyperscale. And this Cloud Infinite Plus will be based on, powered by HP GreenLake. In a public cloud environment, you will get all the benefits and the flexibility of a private cloud. All of that you will get. And just to very clearly summarize, so hence, you will have predictable cost. You will build infrastructure based on your workload. You will be able to right size it, whether it is a single tenanted environment or the multi-tenanted environment. So we are very excited because we see this as a big opportunity. There is a space for a huge space for public cloud where hyperscale is not required, and that is exactly what this partnership will fulfill, and we will for sure need support from you, like you've always rendered. Kamal.
Yeah, thanks, Nilotpal. I think you have really elaborated it pretty well. And some of the examples, which I will cite one or two, successful examples of deployment of this model. Today, in the afternoon when I was discussing with my colleagues, and I was wondering, what does a IT decision maker, desire at the highest level? right? That a cloud solution or any IT solution has to deliver business outcomes at a predictable cost. So if there is anything you desire more than this, you know, the business outcome at a predictable cost, you can let us know so that we can again go back to your drawing board and rework on that. So I will cite you 2-3 use cases, and I know my time is up, but I will take 1 or 2 minutes more. By using, in fact, in that project also we partnered with HP, although we did not announced it that way, that we are working together, because that was more of a project-based engagement. We are running the metering and billing application for the largest electricity distribution company in India, wherein our engagement model with the customer is very simple. We bill the customer on the basis of per consumer per bill. Like all of us, consume electricity in our house, right? So say if I get a bill of 2,000 rupees or 1,000 rupees or 1,500, whatever may be the amount, right? Sify charges a very small fraction, and not on percentage, a fixed cost per bill to the utility distribution company, right? For that. Now just think about the CFO of the utility distribution company, right? He knows exactly that this is my revenue and this is the cost of IT for delivering that revenue. What can be a better situation for that? Trust me, this we implemented 7 years back. We did not do this kind of announcements, but HP and Sify, we partnered together to deliver that solution. So we are promising and we are committing this kind of business outcome based models, okay, where you will get the benefit of a solution which is directly driving business outcomes at a predictable cost. Your CFO knows if this is the revenue which this particular service is going to generate, this is my IT cost. It is very simple math, and trust me, I am very tempted to tell you that customer came to our data center to look for data center space, because they were supposed to buy hardware and create that. When this entire idea cropped up, and let me be very honest, a lot of the ideas which we implemented, we are not the innovator of those ideas. Those input we got from our customers. What we remained is a very flexible company who took these ideas from the customers, and we kind of go to the whiteboard with partners like HP and make it a working model. So anything which works for you, it works for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.